The arrogance of America cannot go unanswered, my general. We must test our devotion to freedom's war and keep Turkey from their imperialist grasp. May our aim be true as we knock their superior air force from the skies.
Yeah, like keeping Turkey out of the grasp of America. We're a couple of decades too late for that. So,
Echo 6. Go to grid 781 and give us a sit rep.
here's our first introduction in the campaign proper to the American military mumbo jumbo. And you can't make a Black Hawk Down ripoff without having a bunch of meaningless military jargon. This is kind of like the techno babble from StarCraft.
Right.
Watch out! Watch out! Hurry!
And that's a good job whiffing, but his friend makes up for it by blowing up 4 guys,
Place on the ground like men.
by shooting just one guy somehow. Cutscene powers, I don't know.
And the Americans will be crippled. We will show
So,
the Americans.
yeah, this is a gimmick for this mission. The Americans are gonna attack you with air units, and you gotta destroy our base.
Such arrogance. Flying around in the air like they just don't have a care.
Yeah. And this game actually gives us artillery units really early in the campaign. Like, we already have a Scud launcher.
Nice. We didn't see those until the last Chinese mission.
The Americans will use it.
Yeah, the Chinese campaign we have held the Inferno cannon until the very end for some reason. Like, and yeah, we have. This is the first time I'm gonna build Stinger sights, and yeah, we saw them in the Chinese campaign. It's basically 3 guys of Stinger missiles. They're pretty good against air units and kinda decent against tanks, and that's about it.
They take up a lot more room than the Chinese defenses did.
Yeah, like the gimmick for GLA is they don't use any power at all. And I guess the fact that they spawn GLA holes means that any defensive structure must be at least as large as a GLA hole, or otherwise you could run into clipping problems.
Right.
Don't get on my bad side.
Yeah, so the annoying thing about this mission is I made a mistake in that I built the arms dealer in the place where I built it, and then I couldn't fit another Stinger sight there. That kind of bites me in the ass later on.
That was a lot of work. I will try to hurry. Oh, okay, I will work.
So, yeah, just early base building. Like, this is one of the few missions where you really notice just how much time the developers save you in those missions where you start out with a decent base.
Right.
Because here you really spend like the first 10 minutes or so of the mission just building up Stinger sites, building production buildings, getting everything going.
Yeah, it moves a little slow.
Yeah, I also don't start you out with the radar van, so I actually forgot to put to build one up until I
Ready to sting.
up until I already queued up everything else. Also, we get rocket buggies in this mission already, so that's a thing
Yeah,
too.
they're just throwing a lot of new units at you.
Scorpion, ready to sting.
Our work is
Our
complete.
base is under
Oh,
attack.
that got done just in time.
Yep, and yeah, there's the bounties ability, that little $140 pop up. One of the unique generals abilities for the GLA is every time you kill a unit, you get a fraction of its worth in cash. And since air units tend to be pretty expensive, this does definitely play out in our favor in this mission.
Right.
lurking eyes.
I guess it's an incentive to always be on the offensive.
GLA radar service.
Our homes are in peril.
Well, that's kind of an incentive in general, really.
Hold it down and ready.
I will obey. I will help.
And yep, like I mentioned before, I'm doing this blind, so I don't actually know what to expect exactly of this map. So I just build a little bit of everything. Yeah, some rebels, some technicals, some rocket guys.
Hold it down and ready.
No terrorists. Fuck those guys.
We
A
take
good
what we
balanced army that doesn't kill itself.
need. Ready for war.
Yeah, I find suicide tends to be detrimental to your survival.
The business. I'm just
Yeah, the game also lets us build angry mobs and John and Cal.
Does it have to be so far?
So yeah, this mission really does throw a lot of new units at you. John and Cal, of course, being the hero unit for the GLA.
Scorpion tank.
And yeah, we saw him in the final Chinese mission, and he took out like one dragon tank before he killed him.
Scorpion tank. What do you want?
So yeah, we saw his gimmick. We're gonna see him later on in the mission, but I don't actually use him a lot.
Seems like is there a cooldown to his ability that snipes a driver out of a vehicle?
Yeah, it's a several minute cooldown.
Oh, several
No
minutes.
lack of courage. What do you want?
Like, I'm not sure what the exact time is.
Yes, I know.
And here I wanted to pick up some scrap for my technicals, but it actually faded away.
That's the scrap fades away. That's a little lame.
I guess this is just 2001 hardware limitations, you know. You can't have like 50 objects just lying around and taking up CPU time.
Our base is in peril.
Have to remind myself that the game was made back in 2003.
Do not hurt me.
And with these cutting edge graphics, it's kinda hard, kinda easy to forget.
Don't get on my bad side. Our clan is
Yeah,
strong.
the graphics don't look awful. I mean, you can definitely tell it's an older game, but I think it aged
My
well.
own special brew.
Yeah, definitely.
Going.
I mean,
Don't push me.
you can definitely see in the cutscenes when they do the close-ups of the infantry, like, this is just a really low poly texture on
Patience for this.
a model that has maybe a dozen polygons at best.
Right.
And yeah,
That was a lot of work.
we have a defensive structure for the GLA, by the way, the tunnel network. It comes with two RPG guys for some reason, not sure why. But basically the gimmick of it, we're gonna see it later on, but
I do not have patience for this.
what it does is it lets you garrison
I will
any units, like it also lets you garrison vehicles in it, as well as infantry, and the
We take what we need.
inventory, for lack of a better word, is shared between all tunnel networks, so you can have a network entrance on one side of the map and drive in a bunch of Scorpion tanks, and 1 second later they pop out on the tunnel network on the other side of the map.
Right. It's basically the Nidus Canal from StarCraft.
Our clan is strong.
I never really played much StarCraft.
Right. The Zerg had a unit that was essentially that thing. You put a unit in one end of it and it'd come out the other.
Scorpion rocket installed, sir.
That thing, I vaguely remember something about that.
Hang on.
Yeah, my only experience with StarCraft was always
What do you want?
this one friend of mine who was really into it, and then StarCraft 2 came out and he always ragged on about it. How terrible it was and complete garbage and everything. And then he said, hey, you wanna have my copy of StarCraft 2 because I'm not gonna use it anymore. And I said, sure, why not? So I installed it and it ran at like 5 FPS during the cutscene, and I just said, fuck it.
Don't push me.
Yeah, so that's literally my entire StarCraft experience summed up.
Our will is strong. Let's fight. Nothing will stop us. Light tank of the GLA.
So this is a nice thing about having the repairability. Just pop it once, and all you guys are feeling better already.
Looks like they wanted you to expand right there.
Yes, I go.
I do it later on.
Do my best.
Except, or at least I planned to, but I never got around to it. But, yeah, I can see that.
Not be oppressed.
So occasionally we'll send these Crusader tanks.
We have found an oil derrick.
Ooh, an oil derrick.
Yeah, one oil derrick. Now we can traffic black market oil.
Shall reign.
Bring up support troops. We have located a Chinese spy outpost.
Let's fight.
There's Chinese on
Chinese?
this mission too?
Scorpion Chinese.
Yeah, Chinese are spying on the Americans. What? No, they're friends.
Destroy their outpost.
I love how conspicuous that building is up there.
No god, it's too great.
Yeah, I actually get confused by the fact that it's not looking garrison, like it doesn't have like planked up windows and everything. So I decided to just send my units at it, but it turns out to be garrisoned. Yeah, had I known that, I would have sent the toxin tractor immediately, but yeah, I lost a few guys, but it doesn't really matter at this point. Yeah, so here's the equivalent to the flame wall.
Our base is in peril.
It's contaminate, and it basically does this. It's just a sprinkler with toxin. It's not very good.
It seemed like it would have been better to just attack the guys directly.
It might seem that way, but they're actually pretty weak. Like the toxin tractors in general, until you can upgrade them especially, but even then they're just not very impressive. So basically the only use they really have is to clear all enemy buildings.
I sense danger.
But as anti-infantry, you're better off with quad cannons.
Right.
Yeah, or just technicals and roam them over.
No lack of courage. Light tank.
And here I decided maybe I should destroy that building completely.
It belongs to us now.
Because I couldn't remember what to do to get the optional objective, but it doesn't seem like it did anything.
Yeah.
I'm hungry. Yes. I will do what I must.
And apparently I lost the barracks
That is what
somehow.
you want.
And I finally remembered to build a palace, which is our tech building.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically the same as the propaganda center, except we can actually garrison it with 5 guys.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it's just a weird gimmick. I don't know what the purpose is.
I will go.
Well, yeah, there it is.
I'll puncture the next thing that moves. Yes, I know.
Those jets just kind of took off and they were like, whoop, whoop, go land again.
I will work.
I think we were supposed to like group up or something, like take to the air and group up and then attack all 4 at once. And because normally you can only launch 2 aircraft at a time, so they kind of take off staggered.
Right.
Yeah, it was, the Americans have Patriot batteries as defenses, and they're kind of nasty, so I decided 3 Scorpion tanks won't do it, and this is a good chance to show off how the tunnel network works. Because we can just pop this guy out here and build a tunnel network, and this will allow us to teleport units straight from our base to here. So this is really good at defending expansions, because you can just have like some units ready.
Right, to pop out wherever you want them to.
Yeah, so wherever the enemy attacks, you just pop out a bunch of units all at once.
Which is kind of the idea behind the GIA. They're wily.
What is in there?
Yeah, that really is the whole gimmick to them, that they, well, they have gimmicks to make up for their lack of raw firepower.
Right. It almost seems to me like what they originally wanted Non to be.
Yeah, except the technology wasn't there, I think.
Right.
Like in the older CNCs, you had the stealth tank, and that's about it. When Tiberian Sun came along, and suddenly you had things like tick tanks and such, and they managed to like give more gimmicks to Nod because they actually had the technical capabilities now,
Right.
engine-wise.
Roads, how boring.
So the gimmick for the rocket buggy, since we're on the topic, is that it actually it's actually really fast for an artillery unit, or even just in general. It's one of the fastest units in the game, and yeah, it's really good at kiting things.
It seems like it'd be a good good scout unit if it looked like it took a long time to build. Like it was pretty high up in the tech tree.
I hear you.
Well, there is the fact that it's pretty high up, and you have the technical if you want to do scouting. It's much cheaper, about as fast.
Right.
So yeah, since I don't want to go near those Patriot batteries, I'm just gonna take them out the intended way with siege units. And since I shot down the latest batch of aircraft, they don't actually have anything to counter them. Yeah, there's Jarmankel's main attack. He has a really long range attack that kills infantry instantly. It's the reason why I put him in the building. Basically, he's gonna keep up. He's gonna make sure no rocket infantry come in and destroy my buildings.
Right.
From where my other guys can't shoot back.
Like a good CNC hero unit should. They can all take out infantry really well.
Yeah, not when we're implying something about the Chinese hero unit or something.
We'll send them.
So yeah, here's the Scud launch of the other siege unit. It's pretty slow. It has a minimum range, and it has the ability to switch between high explosive warheads for extra damage and toxin warheads for, well, toxin clouds.
We are going.
Roads, how boring.
Yeah, the other thing you should that is to note about them is their projectiles can actually be shot down by anti-air. Like one Patriot battery isn't gonna do enough damage to bring one down. But if those were like 2 or 3 Patriot batteries, they could actually shoot down the Scud missiles before we hit the target.
Their tragedy will release the Scud.
Yeah, I remember the Patriot batteries being pretty good. Don't they like link up to get further range too?
Yeah, that's their gimmick. And we're not gonna see it in this mission. It's more something for the US campaign, but yeah, the US is also one of those factions that focuses a lot on gimmicks.
Sounds like they all kind of
Maybe-
do.
It's mine.
Well, the Chinese don't really have any gimmicks, I think. And here you can see one of the upgrades for a quad cannon, finally.
No lack of courage.
What is it?
Like, when you pick up scrap, it just gets really beefy.
Light tank of the GLA.
How boring. Look at my beautiful weapon.
And yes, here I thought, here is something, this is a general's ability the US has, and I don't manage to intercept it in time. Yeah, it's pretty nasty, but it does give me a good example of how useful GLA holds can be, because it does a lot of alpha strike damage, but it doesn't have any follow-up.
Right.
And so the GLA holes remain, and they're just gonna rebuild any buildings that got destroyed.
For free.
Light tank of the GLA.
Yeah.
I do not have patience for this. What?
And they do keep building those helicopters.
Well, they've got to get their money somehow.
Yeah, except they cheat the money in. That's how they keep building helicopters.
What? Yes, yes. Light tank of
Well, I guess at this point they don't really have anything else to spend that money on. If there are only 2 alpha structures being power plants. Yeah, that's a mission.
Our work here is complete. Well done, General.
Pretty straightforward compared to the previous gimmick missions where we were doing all kinds of Cobra Commando level villainy.
Almost refreshing.